We are Them Dem Dogs, and you're watching No Huntsville.
All right. All right. Joe, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. This is Dom.
And I'm Joe.
And this is another episode of No Huntsville, another web version, which I think I like the web versions. These are my favorite because we kind of more relaxed than the other ones.
Very much so.
But in any case, I want to thank Pinhook Provisions for giving us the nice studio. Also, all of our other sponsors who help us out put this show on. But we're here to talk to Salina today about the Huntsville music scene, about promotion, about local music. So, Salina, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us today. What?
Just another show.
You see, like she's booking so much she can't even take time to do a proper interview. We're gonna let that slide.
That was Nickelback right there.
Sweet.
No, it
The
was
BBC,
not.
it's gonna happen.
No, not on my phone.
All right. So let's talk about let's talk about music here in Huntsville. This is
Great.
I mean, you're the person to talk to. You're the one putting together these great shows in town. You're all over the place. I mean, anybody who knows the music scene in town knows you. So you're a great person to tap and talk to about what's going on. So kind of, why don't you go ahead and talk to us about the scene here?
Okay, about Huntsville scene.
Sure, yeah.
All right. Well, as you know, I work for Coppertop and Maggie Meyers. I live in Huntsville.
Two great venues, by the way.
Yeah, two great venues, and I don't know. I just book music because I like music and I want to see it, and I think that everybody else who lives here does too. So, just try to participate, do my part in things. Music that's coming up is the Queers. We're all going to see that. That's going to be really fun.
So let's take a step back here. So let's talk about your kind of specialty in here, what everybody knows you for, is putting together these great shows.
Thanks.
And they could be at a couple different venues, but mainly they're going to be at Coppertop and Maggie Meyers, and that's where we're seeing a lot of these great underground, local, and not only local, but also bands that come through town. That's where they're playing.
That's great.
And you just mentioned a second ago that the Queers will be coming through here.
Yes.
That's a huge get.
Okay,
I mean, that's
can I tell you the
massive.
story? Because there's a story.
All right,
okay.
good. That's
So
what I
it was
wanted.
New Year's, and I was at Coppertop, and Cassie kids were playing and punching all of them, and I was drinking and got drunk. And my friend Bob was like, I'm supposed to go down the street and go see some friends of ours. You want to come with? And I was like, I'll drive. That's great. I'll go. I'll take you. So we go, and we're there, and I run into Jess, and I run into Jonathan from Ugly Houses. And we're all talking, and they were like, Salina, the Queers are coming close by, and there's nothing booked for them for February 12th. You should try to do that. And I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, maybe that would be really fun. I'd like to try to do that. That would be a fun thing to try to do. So then he texted me the information, and a couple days went by, and then I was getting drunk with my friend Amber, and I was like, oh, I forgot about this. We need to do this. And then I text Bill Reeves from Random Conflict, and I was like, hey, Bill, do you know how I can get in touch with the Queers, because they're going to be close by? And he was like, give me a couple days. So he gave me a couple days, and then he sent it to me. And I emailed the guy, and the guy emailed me back. And he was like, well, make a bid. And I made a pretty low bid, but he said, that's not going to happen.
So they're asking for a certain guaranteed amount of money for them to come here.
Yes,
Gotcha.
exactly.
All right.
Which I don't usually do. Like, we collect money at the door and pay, and we never have, like, really big guarantees. And we just hope people come and make money, and we have money to give to people.
Okay.
And I try not to do guarantees where I know I will not do anything that I know I can't make, or it's like impossible. But this, I was like, wow, this will be really big. I think people will pay $10. And I put that, on my URL tag page. I was like, well, people pay $10 to see the Queers, and a bunch of people said yes. And then Jonathan from Ugly Houses was super excited about it, and he did the same thing, and more people were saying yes, they would. So I talked to my boss, and I said, well, this is what I'm going to offer them, and I think we can do it, and I think we should say yes. And then I did it, and the guy came back with like $50 more than what I said, and I was like, all right.
And you're like, deal's off.
I said, of course we'll do it.
I mean, of course.
Yeah, of course, that'll be fun. And then we had to like pay a deposit, which we've never done before. So yeah, this is a different kind of show
big
for
league,
me. Yeah, I've never done anything.
Well, this is a
way
recognized band
before.
that's been around for years, and
Yeah, and everybody was so excited, and that's the best part about it. I mean, I like seeing people be excited and happy for what they're getting to do and the people that they're getting to play with. Like, Jonathan was like, oh my God, Salina, you just made my little 12-year-old punk rock dreams come true.
Right.
And I was like, oh.
Damn.
Right? I was
that
like,
just aged the shit out of us, didn't
right?
it?
And I was like, oh. And I mean, that's why I do it. That made me happy. He's happy. And then Pirate Nights are going to play, and they're good friends of mine, and they wanted to get on with them in Atlanta and couldn't. So I was like, well, you guys are definitely going to get to play with them, because you want to and
Right.
you love it. And then Tall's Johnny Wolfsburger's band's going to come and play too with him.
So there's 2 opening acts for
Three.
the Queers. Three opening acts.
We're going to start at 7. So
And again,
people
this
need
is
to be there
February
by 7.
13th?
12th.
12th.
Friday night. Friday night. It's going to start at 7 because the Queers want to go on by 11. So we have to start with the band.
Again, this is
early.
Maggie Meyers off University.
It is. Yep. Off
If
the
you haven't been there,
University.
it's a great little bar. They have it's small, but I mean it's
It's
gonna
bigger
be,
than Coppertop.
It's big, well,
It's
everything's
way
bigger.
bigger
This
than
room is bigger
Coppertop.
than Coppertop.
Right?
But I mean it's still a small
and it has
venue.
a stage, and it has
It does.
yeah, it does have a stage.
So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a great show.
I think it's gonna be. It's either gonna be fantastic or terrible.
No,
I don't know. It's
there's
gonna
no
be one or
way
the
it's
other.
gonna be-
As long
It's
as
gonna
they
be
play,
fun.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I
you
think,
know?
and I think you're
that's
gonna
what's
get people
happen.
there.
I think.
that's gonna be a
I don't
problem.
think that's gonna be a
No, I
problem.
think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I need to make some flyers and get them out though. But yeah.
Okay, so talk a little bit about outside of this huge thing you got going on with the Queers. But I mean, talk about the regular booking of local bands and some not so local bands, but coming through Huntsville and stuff like that. So tell me.
Okay,
About that.
I don't know. I don't like to say that I'm a booker or a promoter. I used to just say when I worked at Coppertop before that I kind of run like a magic music calendar. It would just be like people would say, "Hey, can we do this?" And I'd just say, "Yes, you can do this." It's
Right.
pretty much more or less just making choices of what to do, or I'd be sitting around the house and think, "Man, I'd really like to see some rockabilly," and then like a week later, a rockabilly band would like show up on Coppertop's Facebook, and I'd be like, "Oh, great! I'm gonna get to see
Right.
that. That's awesome. That's
Nice.
fun." So. I don't really know how to explain it. Like I said earlier, there's just some people, they ask if they can have a show, you give it to them, or you give the show to one band, and then that band will pick the people that play with them. Not always. Sometimes I have to arrange the bands especially ones that are coming from out of town. That's
Right.
when it can get a little difficult.
Sure.
Because I've listened to them, I know them, but nobody locally does. And I would like to find better ways to get that music out to people. Like there's some bands that come through that I really like and enjoy, like the Piss Poor Players are coming up. Wolves of Chernobyl are going to open for them. I love that kind of the Piss Poor Players kind of music. They're like Call Me Bronco and like all those cowpunk bands that I really, really like getting to see because I don't see much of it anywhere else around town. And that's what I like to do is I like to bring things here that aren't here already. Right. And then you got to try to team them up with bands that are local and then hope and pray people come to see them. Like I had Sam from Call Me Bronco and Fish Guts play Coppertop on a Tuesday night, and Fish Guts plays in the goddamn Gallows, which is a big band. I've gone to Nashville to go see them before. Nobody came. And I was like, oh man. I was like, this is like good stuff, and these people travel all over the world.
Right, and you were kind of talking to me earlier about how it seems to be that there's a lot of support for local bands and people come out and see them.
Yes.
But your issue now is that you get these bands that come in from out of town.
Yes.
And then you have a hard time
getting people to come see them.
All right.
And then like I said earlier, it drives me nuts because I'm like, you may never get the opportunity to see this again. This is like this one time they may not come here. And you can go see this local band again. And like they're scheduled to play in 2 or 3 weeks. And that's great. And I love local music. I love local artists. And I try to support them as much as I can. But when it's someone that's coming from out of town, sometimes like if they do have a guarantee, I can't afford to pay a local band too. And I don't like doing that if I cannot do that.
It's kind of hard though because like the bigger acts that you say people don't come is usually we're like in the middle of the Chattanooga, Atlanta, Nashville, New Orleans or something like that.
And,
so it's on a weeknight and it's
it can be.
It's hard to get out sometimes.
Yeah, and what ultimately I like to see Huntsville be that Friday, Saturday night stop for people, and go to Nashville on Tuesday.
Yeah, like
come here Friday and Saturday.
Like no longer just a passing. We'll book it because we can, but also because we're gonna put this
together.
As our place. Yeah,
absolutely. Like
and I think to me, Nashville, Birmingham.
Right, we're smack in
we're
the middle.
in the middle,
right?
on the way down south. It seems to me that we can fill that.
And Chattanooga's only a couple hours. Other places are only a couple hours.
Right. So
one day I'd like to do a touring route from here all the way up to Chicago because I'm from Chicago, and you can hit like Louisville and you can hit a bunch of places. That I think would be fun one day, just to put together so I can go on it. It would be fun.
Well, then you guys are booking bands a lot that are not from here, but they seem local because they've been around like. The Drunken Cuddle, we've seen them.
Yeah,
that become one of my favorite bands.
Right? Aren't they wonderful? Hopefully they're coming back in May. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But see, that started with Call Me Bronco. I found them on Facebook, and I listened to their CD. And I was like, oh my God, I love these guys.
Yeah.
I was like, I book music. Will you guys come? And they did. And then they went and told Drunken Cuddle, and they went and told like all these other bands, and now they come here.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd like. I'd like us to be that spot where people not just on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, but like, hey, you do
gotta
want to play
gain
Huntsville,
momentum, you
right?
know.
You
Yeah.
want bands to tell people you want to go and play Huntsville
I think it's sort
because
of the
it's a great
snowballing
place to
sort
be.
of thing. As
Yeah.
as more people come out, more bands will come through, and you got to keep supporting it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think every time we have another band come in here, and every time we have another person around the scene come through here, it's positivity every time. It seems
Right
like it's
on.
getting better, and it's because people like you are
Mm-hmm.
doing this type of thing. So it's kind of cool. I think it's
People like you.
people just like you that put their kind of time into it, and I think it needs to continue. We should help promote it for sure.
Like a theme, it's a labor of love, like with the GAD zine,
Right.
promoting. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
what people want to do. Nobody's doing it, so they get up and do it.
And just do it.
Make good
So
things
let me ask
happen.
you this: if there's a local band or a not so local band that wants to come and book through you, how do they get a hold of you, Salina?
Oh, you can just hit up Coppertop's Facebook, or me personally on Facebook is probably the easiest and fastest way.
Coppertop Dive and Dine. Is that how?
Yep, that's how they.
how you
That's
promote
how
it.
it is on. That's how they have it. It's
So
Coppertop.
we'll put that
Dive
up on our
Dine.
screen.
There's
so
one
everybody
from
can see it.
Tuscaloosa that pops up all the
There
time.
is, yes, and that
Yeah.
that's Coppertop Dive and Dine.
It's in FT
Yeah.
town. We don't have to talk about those dudes anyway. So it's all about Huntsville anyway.
Right.
So yeah.
This is no Huntsville.
So please check out Salina and then Coppertop. Check out
Yep.
Maggie Meyers.
Maggie
Check out
Meyers.
local music, but also when good bands come through, please support that
Please
so we
support
can,
it.
continue to have
Yes.
good bands come through. Salina, thanks for coming in and
Thanks
talking
for
to us
having
today.
me. Thanks.
And check her out. It's gonna
Thank
be cool.
you.
And check out the Queers coming up.
Check
everybody
out the
come for
Queers. Check
It's
out
gonna be a great show.
Moto that's coming up. Come see Valerie Kuhn from New York. She's coming on a Thursday night. The cellist.
The cellist.
Yes, who does this great, like spoken word cello, all kinds of fun stuff.
Sweet.
And Kitty Sue's gonna play with her, and she's got another guy coming too. So it's gonna be really fun. And then I got a guy who's making his own instruments. His name is AJ Gathier, and none of them cost more than $5. Like he buys stuff and puts it together.
That's all
and-
Joe's got in
Just
his
start a
pocket.
band.
yeah, and he makes his own instruments, so I think I like stuff like that.
It's gonna be at the
So
Coppertop?
it's gonna be at the Coppertop. It's
All
on
right.
a Thursday night, and Them Damn Dogs is gonna be there because they're playing that night with AJ Gathier, and yeah, it's gonna be really fun. And he's gonna have all kinds of cool stuff to look at and see and hear that he made himself. So
Sweet.
it's gonna be
Well,
really cool.
please check out Coppertop. Please check out Maggie Myers,
Yeah,
and
please.
also talk to Salina when you're out, and get more bands booked here. So
Yeah, right on.
thank you
Let's
so
do
much for
that.
coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
You are out. You're always out.
Are you?
Cheers.
I've still got some. Thank you.
That was good.
Way to go, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'll have
good,
to
right
watch
till
it
the
and
end.
probably be like.